Hello, hi, I'm Dr. Guru. Today I managed to finish this book, which I have been reading for the last 1 week. The name of the book is Freedom from the Unknown. This book is written by Mr. J. Krishnamurti. And the reason why I picked up this book was, I was watching one of podcasts from a famous Indian journalist. And when he was asked about, what is his favorite, one of the favorite book that changed the way he saw the world, this was one of the book that was recommended. And this really intrigued me to look for this book. And I was fortunate enough to get this book from Amazon. There are a couple of things that, if I have to review this book diverged in one of the interesting topics, which as a consultant psychiatrist, sometimes I struggle to understand this concept. So this book is divided into almost like 13 chapters, and in each of the chapters, it's trying to dissect um, different elements of it. I love to do journal, and this is just a summary of what I've learned from this book. So first of all, the first concept that they try to analyze was thought. I found it very interesting because, my understanding of thought was, as a consultant psychiatrist, I thought thought was just an idea that comes to my mind. But after reading this book, there were a couple of things that it got a chance for me to have a broader sense of what the thought means. From the books, what I've learned is thought is a consciousness, awareness, and it's also collections of memory in the brain cells. So if I think of it, this definition really changed the way I thought about thought. Following a thought, I always had a confusion between two concepts, which is joy and pleasure. I thought that, this two terms sounds similar, but when I read this book, one of the things which I found quite interesting was the difference between joy and pleasure. As per the definition of this book, joy lies in the present, pleasure lies, and pleasure always takes the form of a thought from the past. For example, when I reflected on my own running, okay, the more the running I do, I get a sense of being happiness. But keep in mind, the thought of the past experience always dictates the pleasure. So the pleasure is always related with the past. Okay, joy is a present state. For example, I might go in some new place where I haven't been before and is devoid of the past thought. The joy is finding out and exploring a new thing. Okay, so this I found it quite interesting and insightful. The other concept that they tried to analyze was something love. My understanding of love was, I tried to, in the past, I tried to associate love with materialistic things. And I also thought love in terms of relationship. Like, I love my daughters, I love my wife. But as per this book, the love, if you fully have to take the sense of love comes with freedom. Okay, love comes with detachment, not having a sense of being attached to anyone. Okay, and this concept was made more clear by giving an example that, if we lost someone, we cry. Okay, this can be taken in two ways. When you cry, the cry can be because of, if you direct love to yourself of losing someone, the tears in your eyes might be a bit of like selfishness, missing someone. So, in essence, this is not a true love. Okay, true love means to have no meaning at all. Okay, so this concept I found it very interesting. The other thing which, when we try to explore the thought, there were different elements like violence, anger, justification, as well as you try to explore the concept of the fear, position, and power. These are all the thoughts. Okay. uh, yeah, and um, the last bit of this book, at the end of this book, it tried to diverge into the concept of time and space. And the last few chapters, I found it very thoughtful, in the sense that when any thought comes to our brain, um, we feel our thought as more like an alienated kind of thought, and there's a um, time space between being observed and observer. But keep in mind that when I think this in a deeper sense, the observed and observer are the same person. So when you get this concept, uh, when you analyze it, it feels stupid that it's the same person who is observed and the observer. So having a clear kind of distinction helps us to understand our brain more. Okay. So when we talk about the thought, we also need to take into account the time and the space. Okay. Uh, the last take home message from this book is, this is the book I've read once, and hopefully in, maybe in 6 to 12 months, when I read more books, I might be able to dissect this book in a different way. So I hope to read this book again in coming months, to see whether I can have a different interpretation of the way I see this book. Okay, so this book has a total page of 130. Normally I go with 25 pages, but this book, because of my family commitment, sometime, the pacing I have to make it like 25, but today, because of more exercise which I've done last week, and this week and today I have to go with a greater pace of 50 pages, which I completely enjoyed it. And now this week I finished spirituality. The next book which I'm going to pick from tomorrow, it will be more towards leadership and management. Thank you very much. So this is my review of the book that I just finished reading. Thank you.